Welcome. I was at my nan's house the other day completing some housework for her. Gladly, she paid for my time, which is always a bonus. Something changed. Something lifted, perhaps. Maybe not changed, but altered. You see, I went up there to prune some trees and potentially relocate some bricks, but the job changed. I adapted and I had to cut out some tree roots and the remaining of a plant. So I did that and spent about 3 hours and then replaced all the brickwork, made the area nice, a fire pit and another garden bed. And I felt proud, even though I was tired. And it was a beautiful sunny day, so you get the vitamin D. I talked to my family and my auntie about certain things and whether I have to do one thing or another when it comes to finances and paying people. You see, on the way home, I sort of felt a completion, and I said this to my auntie that there's not much left to do, if anything, because it's all been done now. But when I got home and had a shower, I felt like a burden or a presence or whatever it might be had lifted. I went to the shops afterward and felt happier, lighter. I overheard a conversation walk past me to say we were just pushing to see how far you would go. And it almost felt like a pressure had been released. I don't know if the Schumann resonance or something had changed, or if it was just my own atmosphere, giving back to family for the things that I had done, I don't know. But I definitely feel lighter, more myself, if you will, more happier, crazier, energetic. And it's fascinating because whether it was the digging out of the last roots, the traumatic healing of family bloodlines and trauma, and the symbology of digging out the root no matter the cause and making it look better, the last of the ones that had to go. Or if it was just time, synchronicity and all of those things. But I definitely feel like more is coming. The receiving now is there. The time inward has completed. I definitely feel more sort of mischievous in a way, but in a good way. Like bringing the light wherever you go. And it's fascinating, even yesterday, it starts to annoy those people. You see, I was at one of the banks and I asked one of the ladies, I think she was a manager, probably Karen, if I could get her to clean the window of the ATM because there was all smudge marks and stuff on it. And I said to her, I said, can you get something to clean this when you come back? And she said, why, is there fingerprints all over it? With a sort of ego or arrogance to it. And you see, I went back again today to deposit some money and I asked a different lady there if there was something to clean it with. And she came back out to me and said, it's not her responsibility to make sure. They don't have enough time to clean it every day for me. And that they cleaned it last night. And they hadn't because the mark was still there. And she said, you can clean it if you like. So I did. You see, my level of happiness and something that takes less than 5 minutes to wipe down is just aggravating them. They don't like it. They hate the fact that you're light. They hate the fact that you're God and you're able to break free. I was also getting a coffee, well, I wasn't, but I saw a friend there. And I said to her, I said, I'm only here because you're here to get a coffee. And some guy said, oh, don't say it like that. Don't be like that. And basically made a scene. But he doesn't know if I know that person or if they're family. He just thought he'd chime in because he heard something before. And again, I was getting another friend in trouble the other day for being positive, for being lighthearted, because my energy and my light is bothering them. And it's fascinating to see, because even though I feel more myself, I feel more at peace, more at home, more receiving, there's going to be those moments where it agitates everyone. It frustrates them. It bothers them because they're not miserable enough, or you're not miserable enough for them. And it's good to see that there's plants being put in this shopping center and everyone's a little bit more happier. But it's interesting because everywhere you go now, everyone just seems so robotic. But there are those people who need not saving, but freeing. And you start to witness them more. You start to see the positivity in people and the ones that need your assistance. I see it so much in the youth, in the younger generations, those that are looking to thrive but are stuck within this craziness of misery. So I'm unsure of what's going to come, whether it's my finances now have arrived because I am ready, whether it's the learning phase that is completed because all of the stuff that I'd gone through, I was being under pressure or encased or being made safe, or whatever it was. It does feel like something was holding me down, whether it's my own internal misery or what, but it doesn't feel like it was me. It feels like an outside influence that has been let go. And a disturbance was creating it, whether good or bad, it doesn't matter. The moments that we've learned, that we've gone through, who we find out who we are, the ways that politics work, the ways that people react, the way that you react, the way that you were never able to change your direction because of how much faith you have in both yourself and the light. You're more bubbly because of it. This could be preparation, learning. You don't forget those and just all of a sudden become a completely different person and forget all of your training and all of your knowledge making and wisdom. So that when positions of power and promise and money and finance and all of this is there, you know what to do with it. You won't let it influence you or dictate you. I think there's that level that if we hadn't have gone through, or myself hasn't have gone through the moments that I have recently in the last few years, you don't appreciate what it means. You don't appreciate what money can do. You don't appreciate what people can do. And you strive through it. So this period that we've just gone through, whether it had something to do with the Hadron Collider and all of those mystical people thinking they know best for the world, perhaps. Maybe it just took a little bit longer to get to Australia. Maybe. Maybe it was a protection. Maybe it was something that I had to go through before something arrives. Either way, I feel closer to home than ever before. It's like before, if I had got a new home, a new property, in that same mindset, that same feeling, it would have still been misery. I still would have continued, but it still would have been trapped inside that pressure bubble. But now, everything just feels more open and let's kickstart the world that we want. Something lighthearted that I keep thinking about. I don't know why, but it's like if we look at a bubble, an air bubble, An air bubble underwater will always want to rise to the surface, but an air bubble above it will always want to sink to the floor. So then, why do clouds remain in the sky if they are water and air and all of that? I know the scientific terminologies, but I've always thought, why don't clouds sink to the floor if they are dense? There's probably firmament and stuff like this if you want to go down that path, but I also believe that clouds aren't what they say they are. They're not just water and filled with that, because if they were, they would sink to the floor. But I find it fascinating that if you can find sort of the balances or these sort of terminologies within small things, it really makes you question and think. You blow an air bubble underwater, it wants to rise to the surface. Whether that's the same principle like air wants to meet air and water will always find water, those types of things. The same that the human soul will always want to try and find those that it resonates with. Good people will always merge with good people. Light will always merge with light. I think if we can think along those sort of lines, that now it doesn't bother you when negative people try to influence you or inflict their pain or misery or control over you. Especially the Karens in the bank who want to be the managers and think they're better than everyone else. They try to put you down, but really you're the one saying, well, I will keep asking you because it agitates you. And it doesn't affect you. You laugh in their face, not physically and importantly, but because it bothers them. Your light and your love bothers them so much. You don't keep doing it to make a scene, but if the thing's there, you do it. So I don't know whether it was my giving back to my family has been freed by the removing of the last sort of tree roots that was needing to go, or whether it was something more. But I feel better. The sun is shining here on winter's days, and the birds are singing. The kookaburras are laughing, and it's just a beautiful time right now. And I hope that wherever you are, we can have that same sort of feeling. Both antagonizing those who feel misery and darkness in the name of evil, but shine light to those who need it and bring joy and happiness to places that shine a darkness. But no matter what, wherever you are, I will always be there with you if you ever need any help. So it is with that, I'll leave you with peace and love. Take care.